A very special delivery came in this week, a brand new WEBER Q 2800N Plus. And now that I've got it unboxed and set up, I'm going to show you the differences between the old WEBER Q and the new. Hey there, what is up you guys? I am Jerry and welcome back to the channel, The Chicago Griller. This is the show where I share my favorite tips, tricks, and recipes for the WEBER Q. And if you think that I can help you out, hit that like button and subscribe. Now, it's been almost a year since I last came out with a video, so I knew if I returned, I had to make something very special. And I think this is it. This is a brand new WEBER Q 2800N Plus. Now, I've been trying to get my hands on one of these for a while, but it's been hard to find a good deal on them because they've only been out for just over a year and a half. That said, with global price increases kicking in about 1 week, I kind of felt like it was now or never. Now, just like previous generations of the WEBER Q, it comes in numerous color options. I chose mine in sky blue, although it's more of a robin egg blue, because I just felt that it was a little bit different from some of the other ordinary colored options. Color scheme aside, if you're familiar with this line, you'll immediately recognize a lot of similar features from before. It's a compact grille, which takes up very little outdoor space, and is generally shaped like an American football. It's super easy to use, with all the buttons and knobs you'd ever use right in the front, with the electric ignition button on one side and the gas control knobs on the other. However, you'll notice several notable changes, and there are 5 right off the bat that I noticed that are different between the old version of the WEBER Q and the new. So here they are. The first and most obvious change is what you'll see in the Plus models, like this one. And that's the addition of the Plus burner knob and burner tube. This Plus burner can be used in tandem with the main burner to deliver extra heat and extra sear. And sure enough, when you run both burners at the same time, you'll see that this thing can heat up to well over 600 degrees Fahrenheit. By comparison, my previous generation WEBER Q 2000 would peak out at around 500 degrees Fahrenheit. On the flip side, you can run this burner by itself without the main one being lit if you want to try to do a low and slow cook. One knock on the older version of the WEBER Q was that you couldn't do low temperature grilling. So I'm very keen to see what kind of temperatures I could get running just the Plus burner on its own in conjunction with the roasting rack and shield method. Alright, so the second change that I've noticed is out of the box, this grill does not natively take those 1-pound gas cylinders, despite the fact that it's advertised as portable. Instead, it comes with a hose that connects to those larger propane cylinders, like the 20-pounders. However, for me, it's not that big of a deal breaker because in reality, I'm not really taking this out off this porch that often. In fact, I could probably count on one hand how many times I've actually packed the grill in the car and took it along with me. I'm sure that some people do take their WEBER Qs out camping regularly, but I'm sure there's also a large subset of people like me who live in a city or just have small outdoor patio space. The third change you'll notice with the new WEBER Qs is that they've moved the drip tray and now it's out front. Now, WEBER, as well as some people in online forums, might say that this is a revolutionary change, but to be honest, for me, it really doesn't move the needle all that much. But that said, it is a notable change and I thought it was worth mentioning here. The fourth change you'll see in these new WEBER Qs is the new design of the side tables. In the old ones, they would fold and close when you wanted to use them or put them away. However, in the new WEBER Q, they simply pop up and detach. So instead of tucking in neatly inside the dome of the lid when you're not in use, you do have to stack them kind of haphazardly inside. Now, one thing about these side tables that hasn't changed is their strength, or perhaps their lack thereof. I mean, look at how much bend there is to this. I'm not really confident how much weight I'd be willing to put on these guys. Fifth and finally, while the new Weber Q still looks like a Weber Q, it's actually grown a little bit in size and dimensions. For example, for this middle-sized Weber Q, it now features a cook area of 320 square inches, whereas the previous models had an area of 280 square inches. This means that while you could pile on a little bit more food into this grill versus the previous generation, it also means that your previous accessories no longer fit. So remember this half griddle that I always loved with the old model? Well, it's useless. So unfortunately, we're forced to rebuy all the accessories, which is a bit of a huge bummer. That said, Weber did throw us a bone by offering some new items. For example, this full-size griddle. The half griddle was great, but I did honestly find the surface area a little bit limiting. And of course, you can see that this grill is now standing on a new premium stand. It was only $100, and I will say it is quite a bit sturdier than that old rolling cart. So it could be something worth checking out. I'll do a full review on the features in a future video. All right, so those are 5 changes that you'll notice immediately in the new Weber Q 2800N Plus when compared to the previous mid-size models, the Q2000 or the 2200. Now, $399 US is a pretty steep price to pay. For me, the upgrade made sense. I have a small front patio, so I don't have room for a big 3 or 4 burner grill. I've also shown over the years on YouTube how versatile previous generations of the Weber Q can be, and that it's not just for burgers and steaks. So between the new Plus burner and some of the new accessories that come out with this new line, I found the investment worthwhile. And I look forward to the new possibilities that are out there for me now. So let me know in the comments down below if you have one of the new Weber Q models and how it's performing for you. I'd honestly be very curious to know. Thank you very much for joining me today. As always, if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button and subscribe, because we're going to be coming out with new content again and you don't want to miss out. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all again next time. Bye.